Hey, what's going on? Strat Soldier here for the Weekend Shift bonus vid. If you watched the original Weekend Shift episode with charts and trading open range breakout, thank you very much. It was a great episode. It was very fun. I'm just giving you another tool in the tool bag, in the toolbox to give you something to use. All right, try it out, see if it works for you. Hey, you might be a scalper. All right, who knows? There's a lot of hammers on the week. We're going to talk about that. Be careful out there because there's economic data happening right here, and we are at all-time highs. All right, that is true exhaustion risk. There's no more stops to be taken out once we get above 533, so we need to be careful. Let's look at some charts. All right, check it out. Here is AMD, but we're going to talk about that here soon. Right now we're looking at SPY. All right, SPY. Hammer on the week. Hammer on the week. Here's our month. All right, today is June 2nd, and more than likely going to open up inside month, closer to taking out the highs. All right, again, once we get above 533, it's true exhaustion risk, right? Meaning there's no more stops to be taken out. So we need to be careful. Is this thing going to go continue trading up, or is it going to go sideways, or is it going to go down? All right, we got to be careful. I believe it's going to start I'll show you something here on the daily chart, but what we're going to see is we have a lot more evidence it's going to go trade sideways. All right, we have a lot more evidence it's going to do that. If it starts trading sideways and no one takes control, it'll take over regular market structure. It'll trade sideways and down. All right, so we'll see. Right now, hammer on the week though. All right, something for everybody to get excited about. Here's your daily chart, and this is what I'm talking about here. On this daily chart, we had SPY get above, here's your mother bar that I've been talking about. On May 23rd, big giant scenario 3, all right, took out the highs and the lows, really nasty day, and then we had 3 days stuck in that. We finally, 1, 2, 3 days stuck in this range, all right? This is a fractal triangle. We want to know about these things. We want to know we're getting stuck in an old 3, all right? And finally, right here, we get 2 down outside of this range. Doesn't go all the way down. Doesn't go all the way down to 512, but it gets pretty dang far, all the way down to 518. Hot mess, right? And then in the afternoon session, we'll look at the 60s very soon. It moved back up on the 60s. Now we're looking for a 3-2 up on the daily chart. Here's where it can get stuck. If we get stuck in this, if we go 3-2 up, that's great. That's going to be a lot better situation because we'll be at the 5, up to 530, and then the next target's 533. All right, buyers are still in there. That's a good situation. But if we open up inside on Monday and go down, or we go 2 up and then fail and start moving back through this range here, we're in trouble. We are in trouble. All right, if it gets below 524, we are definitely stuck in this thing, and it's going to go, we don't want to get stuck in here. I'm not going to say it's going lower because we got a lot more evidence that it could get stuck in here. All right, we need this thing to go 3-2 up. But if we get stuck in here, we want to know that. We want to know that. Could be very messy, all right? Low volume. It is hammer on the week, but we got to watch this. We got to be careful. I don't want you guys to get chopped up in here trying to be heroes and all that other stuff. Be careful in this. So what happened on Friday? What happened on Friday is we had scenario 3 to the downside, 3-2 down, 2-2 continuation down after that. Then we had 2-2 virtual backup on the 60s. And I told everybody there's no continuity on this. All right, there's no continuity to say this thing is going to go any higher. It did go higher, but you need more evidence other than meaning no continuity, meaning this day was red, blood red. All right, blood red. There was no evidence that this was going to go any higher until you got above 525.20. All right, then you could have taken advantage of this. All right. Shout out to Brett. Brett asked me out on Twitter. He said, "Well, how can we could have taken advantage of this?" Because, for example, Rob would have said, if you didn't do anything all week, you could have made so much money in just this one move. And why? Why? Because, and how could we have taken advantage of it? He was said, all right, so we did take them all the way down. Could have taken advantage of that. That would have been your 60 and your daily trading the same color. All right, that's continuity. Yeah, you would have had your weekly, your daily, and the 60 all the same. 2-2 reversal back up on the 60s. All right, starts moving back up. And once it gets above 525.20, then it goes to scenario 3 on the daily chart. Then your 60s and your dailies are both the same color. Then you could take advantage of that. And you're not chasing, all right? We're going to drop down on a smaller time frame and get in on this, all right? And it went up another $2 more. So you could have still taken advantage of this and made some money. But for anybody to come in here and say, went 2-2 reversal back up on the 60s, we know it's going to take out the other side. BS, total BS, right? No continuity for any of that, none. All right. So how could you have gotten on that? You would have dropped down to a lot smaller time frame. All right, 30-minute, nothing there. 15-minute, nothing there. All right, 5 minutes, nothing there. You would have dropped down all the way to the 1-minute chart to get in on that. All right. All the way down the 1-minute chart to get in on a 2-1-2 continuation up for the last 10 minutes of the day. And if we get the 3-2 up and you held calls, or you're in something else, and we're looking for the 3-2 up on that daily chart as well, because most things did that, you can still be in that, still be good. All right, but we are definitely looking for this. This is how you would have gotten into that move. All right, this yellow line's 525.20. All right, is there consolidation inside bar? 2-1-2 continuation up. You can work that. You can work that, and you're in on this move here on the 60s. All right. Let me turn this off right there. But you're in on that move. That's how you would have taken advantage of that. All right. So that's for Brett. That's how you do that, Brett. Get in on that. All right. But again, anybody who says, "Oh, we failed one side of the range, time to go hit the other side," with no continuity, they're just guessing. All right. There's 3 universal truths in the strat: actionable signals, time frame continuity, broadening formations. You try to do just 2 of those, actionable signals, broadening formations, you're going to get chopped up. You try to just do time frame continuity by itself, you're going to get chopped up. You need all 3, and they all have to line up. Be careful out there. Dow Jones now has a hammer on the weekly chart, more likely going to open up inside month though. All right, but I want you to notice this level of reclaim. Once it got back below 389.41, it traveled all the way back through this scenario 3 back here. And where did it stop? It didn't stop back here. It didn't stop back here. And it definitely didn't stop back here. All right, it stopped right here at the bottom of this scenario 3 at 380.46, started moving back to the highs. Now hammer on the week. The magnitude of this is $400. All right, we want to definitely stay out of this range here. We want the price to stay out of this. All right, nothing in here. I don't want to be in here. We want to be up here. All right, we'll see what happens though. There's a lot more range on this than SPY. Here's your daily chart. All right, here's your daily chart moving back up through this previous range. Look at all these 3s. All right, moving back through this previous range. We'll see what happens. Will they do it? QQQ, a little bit of the same. All right, not necessarily a hammer on the week, but it is hammer on the day. That's what I wanted you to look at. Right back in this old scenario 3. There's that mother bar. It's the same thing on SPY. All right, same thing that we saw on SPY on May 23rd. 1, 2, 3, 4 days stuck in here. Finally got out on May 30th, May 31st, a little bit more. Now hammer on the day. We want to see if it goes in force above 452. The first target is 455, and then 458, and then 459. We want to see if we take those targets out. If we take this first one, we got a lot more evidence to take this one, and then up to 460. 460. That's our range we're actually working in. All right. That's the range we're working in. You want to know that stuff. So in the sectors, the only thing showing us hammers is XLE, ugly hammer, but possible 322 back up on XLE. Looking for the 3-2, just looking for the 2-2 reversal on the month. Also XLV with healthcare, hammer on the week above 144.27. The magnitude's 147.03. All right, so we're going to be looking for stocks in that. And then XLP, hammer on the week. All right, it's been doing really well. All right, it's been doing really well. XLP, consumer staples, looking for stocks in this thing above $77.38. The magnitude on that is $78. All right, 78.21. And then just because this has been, I talked about this on the Enforce podcast, SMH shaking my head, semiconductors, it is hammer on the day, but they've been taking profits in this. All right, it is at exhaustion risk, all-time highs. There's no more stops to be taken out. So now we're looking for this thing to start reversing down. Doesn't mean it's going to. Doesn't mean it's going to. We are not afraid of exhaustion risk. We're just aware of it. All right. So let's look at our weekly signals. Palantir didn't do much. All right. Didn't do much. We're looking for this thing to go now shooter on the month. Honestly looking for it to go shooter and force to the downside. We want to see what these weeks do. 3 weeks stuck. What's it going to do? I'm sure there's somebody out there saying, oh, I trade triple inside weeks. That's what I do. Good for you. But this is stuck. We want to see what this thing does. We want to see if we get below $20.41. Meta, looking for this thing to go back to the upside. Every time it hit 482, sellers came in, kept knocking it back down. It is hammer on the day and possible 3-2 reversal back up on the week. Getting back into this level of reclaim back up in here. All right, and the first target is going to be 510. But we got to take out 472 first. So we're going to look at these, all right? Because we do look for combinations. So we do have a hammer on the daily chart and a possible 3-2 up on Meta on the week. Meta. McDonald's, if you've been shorting that thing, time to be done. I talked about this level of reclaim back here. It blew past 262 and continued lower. All right. So McDonald's trying to pull the McRib, anything it can to get this thing to go 2 up on the week above 259. The magnitude on that thing is going to be 271, but it's definitely going to open up inside month. Mondelez, consumer staples, Mondelez, possible 2-2 reversal back up on the week. It is going to open up inside month though, okay? So be careful. The magnitude on that thing is $71. Be careful on that, but it is hammer on the week. Devon Energy, I talked about XOLE already, possible 322 back up. So we're going to look at Devon Energy, hammer. We want this hammer to go in force above $49.12. And is it going to pivot machine gun through all of these, getting all the way back up to $53.21? That's what we want to see. If that happens, it's definitely going to go 2-2 reversal back up on the month above $52.28. Let's see, Chevron. I already talked about this on Twitter, but it is stuck. It's stuck in here. All right. It's going to open up inside month, but as you can see, they test the highs, test the lows. Now, this is going to be the 2-1-2 reversal back up that tests these highs again, back up to 167.14. It's been a hot mess, all stuck in here. All right, we want to know those things, and we do. We do. Stuck in there. XOM, possible 322 back up. We want to see if this thing goes in force above 120.32 on the month. But again, 322 back up, a possible 322 reversal back up on XOM. If this has magnitude, it's got to get above here. It's got to get up here. All right, it's got to take this guy out here to turn this 2 up on the month. But XOM, we want to look at that. And then Apache, last one, Apache and XLE, possible 322 back up. All right, we want to clear $31.30, and then the next one is $32.79, $32.88. All right, we want this thing to go. It is hammer on the month. We want to see if this thing goes 2-2 reversal back up on the month above $31.33. The magnitude's 36.30. All right, 36.30. Top of this broadening formation, 36.16. All right. All right. So that's all your energy stocks. We talked about XLV, healthcare being hammer on the week. So let's go look at AbbVie, possible 2-2 reversal back up above 161.68, looking for the magnitude 166. It's going to open up inside month though. All right, we want to get above 167 if we're going to turn this thing 2 up on the month. Let's see if we can get in here first. All right, let's see if we can take these guys out here first. UNH been getting beat up, but it's all stuck in here. All right, all stuck in that. Got all the way, started reversing back up above 477.25, and so we want to see if we get above. If we start trading above 508.40, the magnitude on that one is 526, and to get out of that range of that old 3, it's going to be 532.39. All right. So we're going to see if UNH can get back through all of that. And then Pfizer. I really don't like trading Pfizer, but it is back into this level of reclaim back here. It'll be 2-2 continuation up on the month if it can trade above $28.86. The magnitude's $29.63. And then the top of that range is $30.76. So let's see if we can get through all of that. And then AMD is not really in the sectors. I already told you about shaking my head. SMH, but we are looking for a possible 2-2 reversal back up on the month above 174.66. All right. I've been talking about this level of reclaim on AMD above 165.69. And every time it hits that range, it goes a little bit higher and it comes right back down. The sellers take advantage of this thing, but it is making higher highs and marching back through this thing up to 187. All right, if this thing goes in force above 174, the magnitude on that one on the month, 2-2 reversal back up on the month, the magnitude's 187. They line up. All right, makes sense. Yes, it does. All right, so we want to see if we get back up in here. But why? It's been getting stuck in here. All right, here's that same mother bar on May 23rd. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days all stuck in here. We want that 3-2 up. Right now, going to open up inside day. Again, if pre-market has nothing to say about it, we want that 3-2 up. We want to get out of 173.14. We got to get out of here. All right, that's what we want. Get out of that thing. Go higher. Go back to the highs. And if it doesn't do that, it starts trading below 158.27. You know what's up. All right, sellers in control. So that's all I got for this one here. All right, again, hammer on the week. Be careful out there. We're looking for the 3-2 up on the daily chart. That's what we want first. We'll see what happens. All right, be careful. There's a lot of people out here with a lot of different voices out here in the strat. All right, I want you to trade what you know to be true. All right, trade what you know to be true, and because we're doing all of this to take money out of the market. That's why we're doing this. All right, to make you to create winning positions, add to them, and defend them with tight stops. That's what we do. All right, so trade with the edge of the strat. Trade with time frame continuity, broadening formations, actionable signals. You need all three. All right, that's just don't go one or two, and then trade those simultaneous breaks. I already gave you XLE, XLV, and consumer staples. All right, so we'll see what they want to do. This is the Strat Soldier for the Weekend Shift bonus vid. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good week. Peace.